everyone!
Hello!
Coming in here late for CCRPG. It's a little bit later than we normally start.
Yeah,
on
we
Sunday.
were at Tech Fest over in Pittsburgh, and for anyone that doesn't know where we live in the Cleveland area, so it's a couple-hour drive, and it's been nothing but storms all weekend. So that,
but for those of you who don't know, he's John, I'm Angela. Yes. We're Blank Page together. Yeah. And as always, we are here every other week on Sunday doing CCRPG. Normally we're talking about our own projects that we're working on, talking about some of the other concepts in gaming that we come across, checking out. Oh my god, we can hear the fan. Hold on.
Yeah, we apologize for the fan. Our air conditioning is currently not working, and it's been extremely hot and humid.
Yeah.
Can we turn it down? Go
ahead, yeah. So we're gonna suffer for you all. No, turn it down. Oh my god. No, hold on.
It's as low as it goes.
I guess we'll have to check and see if it's okay. We're gonna suffer for everybody though.
Yes.
But if we have to turn off the fan, we will.
Alright. So.
Alright, so if we're all good to go.
We're good to go. Yeah. We've got a lot to cover this week. For starters, I think you wanted to talk about...
I do. I want to talk about
Tech Fest. Yes, Tech Fest. This place. It was really cool. We had a lot of fun. Some of the events we wanted to go to were either canceled or moved without us knowing where they were moved to. So
yeah, but we didn't get
to go to all of them, but we did go to the video game design one. And we were...
Coding in Canvas was specific to that.
Yes, coding in Canvas. It was we were hoping for more of like a, I guess more of a philosophical type of approach to it, but it ended up being very technical. It was highlighting a lot of it fit the general theme of what most of the events, at least most of the events I went to, we didn't go to all the same ones. But most of the events that I went to were emphasizing how a lot of technologies are currently leaning towards using JavaScript or JavaScript frameworks for everything they were doing, and
turns out that's good for you.
Turns out it's very good for me. It's what I have the most experience in. But I think the coolest thing I took away from that was that 3D rendering is possible in JavaScript, which I didn't even know. So that's really cool. And there's probably a lot of people that are going to watch this playback on YouTube and then be like, that guy's dumb. But
or there's going to be a lot of people watching it in the future and they're going to feel like, what? They nixed that shit. Because like a year from now, it's going to be like, nobody uses Canvas. That totally wasn't the business model. It is early in the year.
It is, but
okay, it's the middle of the year, and a lot of people are starting to project for like 2016 what to expect.
Yeah, I did learn though that two-way data binding is going to be almost extinct by the end of the year.
Goodbye, two-way data binding.
AngularJS is going to be the only front-end language that uses it, because it's slow and clunky apparently.
And Angular is going to die, I suppose, with time.
It will. Oh, I got a Wilhelm scream.
I didn't get anything. I just realized the whole setup that we have here is really weird. Because we're a little bit more casual. Like, we're talking about Tech Fest. We literally got back maybe 2 hours ago.
Maybe.
After a 4-hour drive, and I mean, it was hell getting back.
It's normally 2.5 to 3 hours, so...
Yeah, it was
a lot longer.
It's a rough drive back, but I think it was worth it. Like you were saying, I think it was really worth it. We took back a lot from that. We took back a lot of... There was a really good philosophical kind of discussion for it.
It's never just an if statement.
Yeah, that was what we went to.
Was what the discussion was called, and they discussed a lot about how having fewer parts involved in a system or process doesn't necessarily make that process simpler or better. It just means that those parts are larger and possibly more complex than they need to be. For any one of our viewers that understand programming, which I'm sure plenty of you do. It's getting more and more common these days. People learn how to program their own things. But,
at least you're familiar with like the back end stuff
yeah,
going
like,
on.
Like what an if statement is.
You're
the point of that panel was to kind of explain to everyone there that if you encounter an issue that can be solved by an if statement, don't just immediately put that if statement is.
Or to make it a little bit more broad, especially for us, because we studied as programmers for a better portion of our lives, and we approach things that we do, not just, as programmers because we want to make video games in the near future, but also just other projects that we're working on in general. As everybody knows, we're working on a tabletop game. We also approach it the same way, and sometimes taking a step back and looking at other possible options is more efficient than just being like, here's the solution, and putting something in that could end up being more...
We actually ended up doing that when we redid the entire equipment list just a few weeks ago.
We did that with a lot of stuff in...
Just most recently, it was the equipment list. We started encountering a problem where there were weapons or items that we wanted to do a certain thing. Excuse me. And we started just adding more and more things to it. And then we were like, wait, this is getting way too complicated. So we took a step back, we reevaluated the entire mechanic of weapons and armor in the game, and created a newer system that was, while slightly more complex than the original, simplified the way that the entire weapon system functioned. So,
they also talked about, as you're getting familiar with a system that you're building, like something from scratch, say, it takes a while to actually start to realize, like, okay, I've built this system, now I'm comfortable with what I'm trying to do.
And then you go back 6 months later and you realize
fix everything.
This is all wrong and I can do this much more efficiently.
That's a lot of stuff. I think we're just going to run into that in the future. Having the foresight to know that that is actually just applying it as a step in anything that you're doing, projects, programming-wise and outside of it, yeah, it's going to be really fantastic. We've already got some discussion going on that doesn't have anything to do with...
It has something to do with something we're going to mention later on in the...
So for anybody in the chat who sees questions about Blizzlet Cam, we'll talk about that later because that's going to be big on Tuesday.
Justin's back.
Justin's back.
Justin says Merry Christmas to all the viewers.
Justin, did you want to come sit in? Because we're going to talk about...
It is July. Or June. It's June. Not July.
Are you done?
It's June, but Justin says Merry Christmas.
You want to come sit in with us? We're talking about cheating in games. Not yet. Oh, that's our topic.
Ooh, I'm good for that topic.
Our topic's cheating games.
All right, everyone scoot.
Scoot in, because we set this up.
Guest host with his Pizza Hut. Is Justin.
Shut up.
Alright, so tonight's stream is sponsored by Pizza Hut.
Apparently. And whatever brand of cream soda this is, I have no idea. It looked good, so I bought it.
No, I'm good. I'm good for cinnamon sticks.
Yeah,
I already look super pudgy on camera, so probably not best to shove cinnamon sticks in my pie hole.
Did we cover everything we wanted about TechFest?
Yeah, pretty much. I think that sums up what we were doing.
Well, we have an excuse to segue into our topic then.
So we already talked about this.
Cheating in games.
So you're just gonna weigh in on the fly.
Okay.
All right. So
you
know what? I want to tell the story about how I came up with it.
We have a story for
story time
because of Monster Hunt Mondays.
Yes, story time with Ange.
Story time.
So you met my friend Mike, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. I was talking to him, and one thing I was complaining about when I was first talking to him about Monster Hunter was like, I feel like I'm grinding stuff constantly just to get one freaking piece of armor.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, why don't you just get an action replay? Or no, I have
No, it's an action replay.
No, it's something else.
Okay, the point is, though, you have something that works like an action replay.
Yeah, I can clone shit in the game. And I was like, well, I don't want to do that. I feel like that takes fun out of the game. He's like, well, you clone Pokemon, right? And I was like, yeah, but that's for trading. Yeah, I know. So this really...
That's a pretty gray line.
I know.
It is very...
That's the thing. There's a lot of gray areas in what it's okay to do for cheating.
That line is also very blurry.
Honestly, my opinion on it... Why is the TV on?
Because we just turned the Wii off. Go turn the TV off. Turn it off.
My curiosity, or my, opinion on the matter is, there's good cheating and there's bad cheating.
That's kind of where we're going with that.
That's the conclusion we came to.
Because, honestly, both those forms of cheating, the, duplicating an item, and the duplicating Pokemon. Duplicating Pokemon, what do you trade for? Do you trade for specific Pokemon, or you just wonder trade them?
I mean, sometimes I wonder trade them, other times I do it to fill out my Pokedex.
And
Legendaries that I can't get that are exclusive in other games.
and
I'm
if
not
you're
gonna
just
replay my game
cloning,
9 times.
if you're just cloning, like, I kind of understand that. That's kind of like there. If you clone in Monster Hunter, you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're either hurting or you're helping yourself, because all you're doing is you're lessening the point of the game, which is it's a very grindy game.
And every item you get, every piece of armor you craft is a major accomplishment.
Yeah. So it's like this, it's got a feel to it. It's got this sense of like you're only hurting yourself if you clone something and make it easier. You're making the game easier. So if you want to make the game easier, that's your choice.
Okay, so then I guess I'm going to go into another thing that I have to say. You can clone Pokemon and crap like that in Monster Hunter. You can do this in a lot of games. You can give yourself cheats and stuff like that. What about codes and exploits that are built into the game?
Well, an exploit is by definition not built in. It's not intended to be there.
Oh, okay, you're using the game mechanics.
A planned Easter egg, kind of like that,
if
that
it's
manipulates the way the game would normally
behavior
function.
that was intended to be in there.
I mean, the Konami code is everywhere.
Yeah, honestly, if it comes to a code that's put into the game, that's not cheating. That's something the developers plan for you to do. Now, you are still, on the same lines, hurting your own gameplay.
You're ruining your experience of the game.
But it's not cheating in that sense. If it's something that's built into the game, it's not cheating.
Alright, well then back to Pokemon, and this works for every other game that has a random number generator or random drops. You can trick the random number generator in most games if you can break it.
Nope, not cheating, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I agree. If something is lovingly RNG'd, you're putting a different kind of work into it.
I feel that it's dishonest, but not necessarily cheating.
See, I don't know, because what that's doing is it's taking the RNG out of it, but you put work to take the RNG out.
Right.
You
that's like I said, it's not cheating.
Honestly, it's just changing the grind.
Yeah, it's you're changing the experience of the game, and you're not experiencing the game as it was intended at that point. Which is sometimes a good thing, but it depends on
experiencing the game is completely subjective. So
yes, that's true.
Some people want to play a game and they want to flesh it out and they want to get all the side quests. They want to experience every single little grindy bit, and some people just want to have the fun of the story. They just want to. Some people, it's the people that play Skyrim on easy and the people that play Skyrim on intense. It's the people that want to really experience the game, and the people that really want to experience the challenge of the game.
It's those idiots like me who decided Lunatic Plus in Fire Emblem Awakening was the best thing I could possibly spend my time doing.
But you also exploited the RNG in that sometimes. You had to reset a lot.
You have to. It's the only way to win.
Yeah, so...
it's random number generator for the first few levels, and after that, it's excessive amounts of strategy.
And grinding. And just an ass ton of grinding.
Ass ton of grinding.
Yeah.
But now my main character is... Actually, you're never untouchable in Lunatic Plus mode.
Here's one of the gray areas you're going to side with me more on.
Continue.
Hooray, a thing! That was probably a follow-in. I'm sorry if I don't see it.
A clue. Okay, go ahead.
I apologize, I'm not looking at followers at the moment, so you're going to hear that go off this whole time.
Yep.
But...
We don't funnel them through my phone.
You and I, did not originally agree with him about bending rules in
role-playing games.
Because
Tabletops.
remember the other day when I said I was going to Ray of Frost you? Like, I was just going to clip you or something just to mess with your character. Because that's the dynamic of our characters.
Yeah. And then I took the role of DM way further than I should have. And I rules lawyered you guys.
Yeah, you're like, you can't do that shit.
You took cold damage when you didn't actually need to.
No, we argued out of it.
Yeah,
you did argue out of it, but we wasted a lot of time doing that, and that was my fault.
And see, here's the point. Here's my stance on that. Like, the whole argument about, like, over lording the rules, like, sometimes with games like RPGs, Pathfinder, those are built with a lot looser rule systems.
Because it's not hard-coded in. It's a set of rules that you are recommended to follow.
Those rule systems should be followed when you're trying to accomplish a goal. But if you're trying to accomplish progression of story in a
non-structured manner.
Yeah, non-structured manner. Then do whatever the hell you want.
Which is actually the agreement we came to when we were out.
Go ahead and tell you because the argument you had was really good, and it floored me, and I was about to give up on this whole thing.
I had, I believe, 2 situations where it was where you cannot deviate from the rules. Or if you do deviate from the rules, there will be severe repercussions.
Use big words. It's more interesting that way.
Repercussions?
No, repercussions is not a big word.
It's a big word. It's not a complicated word, but
All right.
it's a big word.
The first is a concept introduced, or at least, okay, it's not introduced, but it's defined in this way in the Dungeon Master's Guide of D&D 3.5. And it's
You're all like stiff, like, yeah, you rules lawyer me right now.
No, I'm being comfortable.
and it's a
Come join us. You're not hardly on camera. Butts need to touch here. We are very close.
it's a it's a concept that's defined in most role-playing systems, but the term that they used was verisimilitude, which is that big word she wanted me to use. And
we just want to sound smart here.
What it means is that if it's true once, it should be true all the time. And if it's false once, it should be false all the time. So the rules shouldn't change, because otherwise your game world doesn't have that sense of consistency that makes it easy to immerse itself in. So breaking from that verisimilitude breaks the consistency and immersion of the game and makes it less believable, and it makes it more likely that players are just going to screw around because they don't feel like the DM will care either. The other time where you should never break the rules is if you have a brand new player. Because if if that had been Jenny's first game, she walked in and she saw you guys throwing spells at each other and the spell's not doing anything, her assumption in later fights might be that, oh, the bad guy's casting a spell, but if nobody thinks it should hurt me, then it probably won't. And then there's no sense of danger, and the rules aren't learned correctly initially. So while it's not quite the same, like having a bad guy cast a death spell at you in combat isn't the same as two players, firing cantrips back and forth and ignoring their effects.
I both agree and I disagree with you. It's the part that I really disagree with. Honestly, I agree with the first part. The rules should be the same. Now, not always, but there should be some flex in the way that the rules are the same, because you do want that feel of consistency for the game. You want to stay true to what the people that designed the game had in mind. But you also want to you want to be loose enough that you can say, you know what? I'm not going to make you guys roll for... Well, okay, actually, some people do roll for, friendship benefits. There are a lot of people, Pathfinder has a built-in camaraderie system in it that almost no one utilizes, because it's one of those over-the-top things.
It's a tacked-on rule.
It's
kind of like using the chase mechanic.
It takes a lot of time to actually execute. So that's one of those times where I agree. If you're not going to use it once, don't use it at all in the campaign. But with the kind of thing sometimes it can be funny if you want to say all right, roll a hit die to see if you hit when you throw that rock at that person, because I did that at Ange one time, and it was actually kind of funny when you were all right, roll a die,
and it did hit me, but it was completely non-lethal. We didn't care the next morning.
And we didn't count the damage or anything. It was whatever. It was just kind of thing where it was kind of flex. The whole Ray of Frost thing, that's a bit different because
it's an inherently damaging spell,
and the game is written on the assumption that spell effects are immutable. If a spell is cast, it will do its thing, and you cannot change the way that it does its thing once you finish that casting.
And my biggest argument, though, was with the second point, the new players. Mostly I feel like that applies to kids, and because I feel like most adults, not all of them, because some adults are pretty stupid too, most adults would kind of realize that it makes sense in one time and it doesn't make sense in another. Yeah, Jenny probably wouldn't make much of a distinction between it. She would say, why, when Andrew was casting Ray of Frost on Justin, did that not matter if it matters now? She might make that assumption, but I feel like a lot of adults, and even if they don't play Pathfinder much, I feel like most people would understand the assumption that there's a point of levity and a point of seriousness. There's that big difference between when something needs to be treated with tact and when something you can just laugh about it. Laughter is this big separating moment between when something's serious and when it's just a joke.
It also, I think it keeps the thing going. that was one of the arguments that I was making, is that some new players need to be introduced into the concept of role-playing, because that's probably the most intimidating thing. Now, he kind of floored me with it, and I'll explain your point in a minute.
Okay,
but
explain why I floored you.
Yeah, I'll explain why you floored me. But I said that
Did he trip you?
No, we were driving, so that would have been quite dangerous. We were having
we were going about 70 miles an hour on the turnpike.
I don't think I would have wanted to be floored.
You don't want to hit the floor there.
Damn.
Shut up.
See, hold on, actually, that's actually a very good point, because we've got that distinction. I just said damn, but I smiled and I laughed with it. So that kind of gives that distinction of like, oh, he's not serious.
Yeah,
but
he doesn't want me to die right now.
If I said damn it, and I didn't have any kind of precedence for always joking about wanting to kill Angela or throw out a window or anything.
It is pretty common. It is.
They're like, you might not really get that is joking,
you might not catch the sarcasm.
But if someone's laughing, it gives that very clear distinction of like, they're just kidding.
Yeah.
So anyways, go on with the point.
Yeah, I feel like the one thing, and we experienced this, we were in a big group a couple of years back where there were a lot of new players, and they just never got into their characters. They never knew how the stuff on their sheet translated to what they were supposed to be doing in the game. And I feel like sometimes playing around with like, oh, do a role here for a role play thing, doing stuff like that kind of gets people into that mindset that everybody else is wearing a mask, I should wear one now too. And that is a big hurdle for some people, because, they could have a crap ton of fun with the game, but not know how to get into that character.
There's also a fine line there, though, that's easy to cross, where you get into the area of rolling too many dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are times where you should just
act it out.
Act out a situation.
Keep talking, I'm going to be right back. I'm not going to... Everybody can still hear me, I'm just going to be right back.
Okay. You're turning off the TV.
Justin has complete faith in his microphone.
I told you to turn off the TV. But yeah, the argument that I was making, I'll just look at the camera, I'll look at all the wonderful people out there. So that was the argument I was making. He floored me with the whole new players need to understand the rules of the game. And and I started to think about it, and it's like, that's kind of the agreement we came to. Experienced players can definitely screw around like that. Experienced players know what to do, and experienced players do a completely different thing called find the bonus that sometimes is not a game that everybody wants to be playing.
Which I floored you again with the argument that sometimes it's necessary.
Sometimes it is necessary.
Find a bonus has been...
And then sometimes somebody just wants to roll 14 d6s of fire damage when all they need to do is deal like 12 damage to kill this thing.
Was that me?
No, Alex did that
once. Yeah, then you
once.
only need to roll 12d6.
Alex tried...
Yeah, just to guarantee.
Yeah. Alex did this once. And he rolled something ridiculous like 48 damage, and we were only level 2. And we're like... He found like every bonus, and he convinced somebody... I think he convinced Dave to give him a situational bonus as well.
Yeah.
It was retarded.
Alex is really good at getting situational bonuses for things.
That's
really
another bend the rules kind of thing that takes the fun out of it.
See... Getting situational bonuses when the DM decides you should have them, great. Nothing better. Getting them because you coaxed them out of him,
and or if you argued for it,
or
there's the point when some people are just like, I don't want to deal with you, so fine, have it.
Yes,
that's a problem. You have a problem at that point.
Like, because not all problems in role playing games are the fault of the DM. Sometimes it's the players being dicks.
Sometimes
that does
though.
Happen.
It is very much the fault of the GM.
Right.
An over-the-top GM who always is trying his hardest to kill his players, what that often does is it puts those players, they feel like they're pitted against their GM. They're not working with them. They feel like they're really trying to beat the DM and not beat the campaign.
Right. Yeah. And sometimes that is the point of a campaign.
Very rarely,
but usually, if that's the case, it's something that everyone agreed on anyway.
Yeah, you're going
so
into
it is an us versus him sort of mentality, and that's okay if it's the intent. But if it's not the intent, and the DM is just being an asshole, and he's like, "Oh, you're level 12 now. Have a Tarrasque."
Honestly, the way that people should look at that kind of stuff is it should always be like, I almost always prefer an us versus the campaign feel. And the DM is the narrator for the campaign. He's the narrator for the story. He's the one that's telling you like you're never mad at the narrator. You're mad at the story, and that's the way it should be.
Because the narrator also highlights the good parts.
Conversely, a really good DM makes you mad at the villain.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it like
they give you, like if you make a really good villain, then the players don't need to cheat. They don't need to feel like it's them versus you, because it's them versus that asshole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, that's the
And,
whole
and I
argument.
just realized it was almost pointing at the camera.
That asshole.
that asshole,
That
right there.
asshole right there.
You.
You'll be the target of all of my smites.
Jim.
I've yet to play a paladin in Pathfinder, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't done it yet.
I don't like it.
It looks cool, but every time I look at it, I'm like, how do I do this? There's
Yeah.
other classes.
Pathfinder has
Vegas
some-
happened, and now I don't like paladin.
Pathfinder
anymore.
has so much wonderful customization that it makes it really hard for me to play a base class with no archetype or anything thrown onto it.
Some of them work really well, though.
Some of them do.
Like Rogue.
Wow.
Rogue still works really well without archetypes. I mean, it works better with archetypes, but I mean...
Yeah.
Sorcerer's
Yeah,
a base
and
class.
Ranger's another one that works.
Sorcerer doesn't
incredible.
really have archetypes.
Well, no, I mean you have
I mean, it's
have
got
to choose
cross-blooded.
you have to choose a bloodline.
Ranger is probably one of the ones I can think of that works almost perfectly without archetypes. There's a million ways to play it too.
I can't remember. Did we have a discussion about race class combinations? Was that last
We,
week?
Yeah, that was the last time you did one.
Yeah.
Because I was watching that one on my car on my car drive back. You guys were talking about it.
You were?
Aw.
Yeah,
That
I
was
was
cool.
listening to it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You're so wonderful.
No, we were...
Well, you love
yeah, 'cause
listening
we
to
were,
us talk so much.
We were
I was
talking
actually
about
just
race
super
class
bored.
combinations,
Thanks.
and I think we were supposed to. I don't remember if we did or not. We were supposed to talk about why we chose to forgo that.
Yeah.
and
No, you
instead
did.
Okay.
You did.
Okay.
I don't really think I had a segue there. I just, I had a deja vu moment. I had a deja vu moment.
Hey, look at that.
Oh my god, nobody understands what that means.
She had a deja vu moment at her.
We were
granddad's
arguing
house.
about this whole deja vu thing because I said if you've ever had that super hardcore deja vu, I've been absolutely to reiterate other wording, floored by deja vu moments before, absolutely just stunned, shocked, wait, I've been here, I've done this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's if you've ever had that, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I was talking to Ange about that the other day, and she said she never had one.
Yeah, and I literally just had one. I don't think I've ever had a moment where I've been like, were we talking about this before? This was the first time I think I've ever been like, I've been here before. But
Yeah.
I guess I'm on the same couch. I'm in front of the same screen. The only difference is we tilted the camera because we were really lazy tonight. There's no... Why are you laughing?
I don't know. It's
Because
just...
he's sitting here thinking like, bitch, you're lazy every night.
I didn't say it.
That's what we lose in Smash Brothers.
He said that one, not me. I didn't say it.
You know what we need to do? And I mean, I apologize. This is so completely off topic. I mean,
I think we've beaten the topic we wanted pretty well.
Yeah, we've pretty
We
much
did.
mashed
You
it
know
to a
that
pulp.
because that's a good segue because I wanted to talk about all the other fabulous things we wanted to do since it's summertime.
Nessa.
Don't no.
All right, Vanessa, why are you calling us?
Vanessa, you are in chat.
You're in chat.
Sorry.
Don't...
Is she?
Yes.
Yeah,
She's
she's
the
in
only
chat.
person in
Well,
chat
she
at
was
the moment.
talking, but do you know she's still in chat now?
I mean, maybe. Who knows?
Hold on, let's see. I'm waiting.
Go ahead, keep talking
Alright.
about whatever.
Okay, so
Loading challenge.
the thing we wanted to talk about is we haven't been super consistent about doing anything other than CCRPG, and
However, we're going to be getting back into unguided gaming a lot.
yeah. Well, all right, I'll tell them about our plan. So here's
Okay.
our plan coming up. Now that it's the summer,
And
You guys didn't
intensify.
mute this, right?
yeah,
Okay, just making sure.
yeah. No, we have the headphones in and everything. Check sound if we need to.
And intensifies.
Yes. All right. Very good.
Stream intensifies.
So we are going to try to stream Tuesdays, maybe Friday nights, with Unguided Gaming or some of our other series. You know, just some of the casual gaming stuff. I won't
we got another idea for MM Overkill too.
Yeah, I won't be bringing back in doing custom amiibos, even though I have taken a couple of commissions. I've said that I would do them before. I want people to see what we're doing. No, I guess I'll just have to chat Vanessa later because she's not here. But I said I wanted to do stuff before, and I'm not going to. It's kind of boring for me. I don't really get to talk to anybody. I don't get to talk about anything. It takes up time. Everybody has to go quiet here because I'm sitting here like doing stuff or I have to play music. And like the one time it attracted a crap ton of trolls was just annoying.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting here doing art.
Are
Troll
you
me,
talking
like-
about the Amiibos one?
Yeah.
You talking about the butt one or whatever? The butt troll one?
No, not the butt troll one.
The troll was worse. I wasn't there for that.
No,
one.
like Booty Bot was fine. There was another one where people were trying to come in and be like, "We're ISIS" and stuff, and I'm like, "Oh my god,
no, that's dumb.
you're 12." I just don't have time for that, so that won't be coming up. We'll be doing other gaming stuff. We'll be doing CCRPG every other Sunday.
We might give updates about any customs you might have been doing or
Yeah.
you may have been working on.
I mean, that's all on my other
yeah,
stuff.
that's
I'm
on the
looking
other
into maybe
things
getting
here.
an HD PVR, and then we could
Streaming
do,
here.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. I have one saved on my computer
What?
to looking into getting
Oh,
a
yeah.
capture card.
You can get some really good ones at just like Best Buy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
This stream is not sponsored by Best Buy.
this stream is not sponsored by Best Buy.
I know what I want our next
Sponsor to be?
unguided gaming to be actually.
Geist. Is it Geist?
I want her to play Geist.
She wants me to play Geist. But
So,
stop spoiling things. This is his problem. He's always spoiling stuff. Get out of the stream. All right, but the other serious thing that we wanted to, talk about, we were talking in chat. Yeah, Mike's in chat now. Oh boy, we were talking about you, Mike. You missed it. The other thing we want to talk about is earlier in chat, my sister was posting something about Blizzlet Cam starting Tuesday, and I don't know when otherwise. Just because I don't know when we're going to have them. We are going to have our three-legged cat, Blizzlet.
Yes.
Now, everybody might be confused because you might see, well, Cupcake isn't in the
We
shot.
have Cupcake, and you know about Dart, who's sitting over on the windowsill.
But we have a third cat.
It's not ours.
It's not ours.
It's her mother's.
Justin, you look so salty. Blizzlet doesn't like Justin.
I'm not salty.
I don't think Blizzard likes much of anybody.
Yeah, no, Blizzard's kind of pissed off because the whole like I only have 3 legs. thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't say that with much.
Poop everywhere.
I didn't say that much.
Yeah,
with much
he
tact.
crapped right in front of the litter box the other day. Like literally right when you guys left, he crapped in front of it, like just on
On
the
the
carpet,
carpet.
immediately in front of it.
Well, did he have his cone on?
No, no,
Oh my
he's just an asshole.
All right, I'll go ahead and explain.
I'll leave my sound
I've
effects
posted
out
about
of
this. I posted about this on other social media. I don't have a link here. I'll have it on Tuesday. We're going to do our next couple of Unguided Gamings as a charity stream. Anybody who's watching can look for the links. We're also going to have Blizzlet here playing with us. We don't have him here right now. He's away because he's going to be getting his sutures taken out, but he did just have surgery to have a leg amputated.
His front right.
Yeah, it would
His,
be
his
it'd be
front
this
right
one.
arm, including the shoulder blade.
Yeah,
The infection was so bad they had to remove his shoulder blade too.
And
so
he has
no prosthetic either.
Yeah.
He's a tripod forever.
okay, wow.
Tripedal. Come on, John,
So-
please. Or Stumpy. Stumpy's also correct.
There's no stump.
Wow. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Still call him
Oh my
Stumpy.
god. The point is,
The point
He's
is,
got
he
3
has
legs.
3 legs, and we have a GoFundMe up.
and we're doing a charity stream on
Which-
Tuesday.
Actually, I'll probably post a link to that on our Facebook too.
Yeah, we'll have links everywhere. We'll keep people updated. If you want to join us then for that and other stuff, watching John absolutely fail at Pokemon Vietnamese Crystal.
I've been doing pretty well. I don't think I've lost anybody.
Watching
yet.
him absolutely... No, we had that epic mistake.
Yeah, you had a huge loss.
Oh, yeah.
Of like 10 people, it felt like.
I lost all but
One guy.
all but one guy.
Craig. Just Craig.
Just Craig. Everyone but our starter. Everyone but my starter died. And I've been slowly building the team back up. We have Brett now.
Yeah.
We have Brett.
The point is you killed everyone.
I didn't kill them. That stupid Medak did it. It was a
Do it.
Bellsprout. Bellsprout is apparently Medak in Vietnamese.
Dude, spoilers. Bruh.
Yeah. People...
Okay.
What if they haven't watched Unguided Gaming and they're
Whoa,
only
whoa,
watching
boys,
this?
boys. Gentlemen.
Okay. It's a
Gentlemen.
2-month-old video.
Gentlemen. Gentlemen. No
Bruh.
more spoilers.
Bruh.
No more referencing other things. The good people will come and join us on Tuesday night. I have
Okay.
faith. I have faith in the good people of the world. If you want to join us
we
for
have
that.
faith in you guys. We're trusting you.
You know our schedule for the rest of summer. We hope to be able to keep to it, given everything else we have going on. But as always, best way to follow us is Twitter and Facebook.
Yep.
Don't follow him. He's absolutely worthless.
Actually, I've been kind of bad about keeping up on the Facebook. I will get better.
Wow. Guess
Did
you
they?
don't want promotion.
Did that take all the fun out of it?
That hurt. Wow.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
man.
Wow.
I didn't think you were gonna be all
weird.
serious. Good, Justin. Wait, come back. Okay, I think we have to go and rebuild our family now. Justin. Justin.
He's just gonna go eat his breadsticks.
Please.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. All right.
Eventually, maybe.
But yeah, no.
Anyway, I think it's about it.
Yeah, we killed our topic today. We had a lot to discuss,
Yeah.
and we're kind of tired. We would probably have a bunch of other stuff we could have talked about, but honestly,
Yeah.
we're just way too tired.
It's been a long weekend.
Yeah.
Anyway, see y'all on Tuesday.
Yep. Tuesday. What Thursday? Whatever.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Unguided Gaming.
Those days.
Watch me fail.
Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.
Really?